Episode 3. The Princess Who Chose War. Snow-cold winds swept through the palace corridors as Princess Xian Hui tried to calm her restless heart. Days passed with letters arriving from the battlefield, each more worrying than the last. The Xia Dynasty's ambush tactics had become vicious, and the Yang border was drenched in blood. Then, one winter morning, the palace bells tolled. Not for celebration, but for death. A shaken minister rushed into the hall, falling to his knees. "Your Highness, terrible news." Snow whipped across the battlefield like shards of ice, the sky heavy with storm clouds as Prince Zheng and the royal uncle stood at the front lines of the Yang army. Their armor was battered, their faces smeared with dust and blood, yet their spirits burned with unshakable courage. The Xia Dynasty had been pressing them for days, using night raids and hidden traps to weaken their forces. But today the Yang warrior stood tall. With a fierce cry, Uncle raised his sword. "For the Yang Dynasty, hold the line." Prince Zheng galloped beside him, arrows flying past his shoulders as he slashed through enemy ranks with fearless determination. Their battalion pushed forward, step by step, gaining ground with the strength of lions. Just as victory seemed within reach, the ground trembled. From the surrounding cliffs, hidden Xia soldiers emerged like shadows. It was an ambush. Hundreds poured down in a deadly rain of arrows and spears. Uncle shielded Prince Zheng with his own body, cutting down attacker after attacker. "Zheng, fall back," he shouted, but Zheng refused to leave his side. Back to back, uncle and nephew fought like warriors of legend. Their swords flashed, blood splashed across the snow, and the roar of battle shook the valley. Prince Zheng and the royal uncle have been killed in a Xia ambush. The world fell silent. Xian Hui stood frozen. Her breath trembled. Her fists tightened until her nails cut her skin. Her heart cracked not with weakness but with rising fury. That night, she entered the imperial hall wearing her black armor, every plate fastened with a warrior's resolve. Ministers gasped, the court shivered, the princess looked like a storm incarnate. She walked forward, her footsteps echoing through the marble hall. Then she knelt before the emperor, sitting back on her heels, her forehead touching the cold floor. "Father, grant me leave to go to war. Prince Zheng and uncle died because Xia took advantage of our hesitation. I have studied war my entire life. I know their weaknesses. I know their traps. And I will avenge our bloodline." Whispers rushed across the hall. "She is just a woman. She is reckless. She is the heir. She will die." The king raised his hand. Silence fell instantly. He looked at his daughter, not as a child, not as a fragile royal, but as the future empress of Yang. Her eyes blazed with determination. Her posture radiated authority. Her voice shook the throne itself. Pride flickered in the king's gaze. "Rise, Princess Xian Hui," he said. "Take a battalion. Bring honor back to our dynasty." Gasps swept the court. She rose, a warrior blessed by the throne. As she exited the hall, a small battalion awaited her. But in the middle of the road, another force approached, General Liang Shen, stunning in armor, leading an elite unit of battle-hardened soldiers. He stopped his horse in front of her, dismounted, and bowed deeply. "Your Highness, take my strongest battalion. I trust no one else with them but you." Their eyes met, respect, fire, and unspoken promise. Princess Xian Hui mounted her horse, fate's blessing. With her army behind her, she galloped toward the battlefield. Not as a sheltered princess, but as the storm of Yang, the future ruler, and the force the Xia Dynasty would soon fear.